Hi, I'm Kevin Spunde at Sweetwater, and today we're going to be looking at the Fender American Original 60s P-Bass. And this thing's got vibe. It's got vibe for days. It's made like they would have made them in the 60s. That's the big thing to think about with it. So it's a nitrocellulose finish, and the P-Bass pickups, 60s vibe. So think James Jamerson, think the whole Motown type of thing, and that's what you got with this. So the big difference between American Original and American Vintage, which is what Fender used to do, is we're doing decades as opposed to specific years now. So for P-Bass, there's 50s and 60s, and Jazz Bass at 60s and 70s. Another thing too is Fender is not mounting the ashtray and pickup cover on there, but it does come in the case. So if you'd like, you can still add them on. So I personally own an American Vintage P-Bass, which that's the precursor line to the American Original. And the reason why you'd be looking to get one of these is if you want something that was built the way they were used to be built. If you want something that was really vintage built, but you don't want to buy a vintage instrument, they're crafting these like they always did in the 60s. So that's the way to go if you just want something that feels and looks brand new out of the box, but is still built in a vintage way. So one of the ways to think about Fender basses and guitars as a lineup is the Fender American Professional Series is going to be built as if they always had that technology available to them since day one. American Original is going to be built as if it was built in the 60s or 50s for P-Bass or 60s, 70s for Jazz Bass. And then American Elite is how Fender is doing their instruments as they would modern day with all the modern day equipment, everything modern that they can possibly do right now. So while this is certainly a bass that you can gig with, you do want to be careful with it because of the Nitro Finish. It's a little bit more delicate than modern finishes are going to be. I've played shows with my American Vintage before, and I've gotten chips in the finish. So be careful with it. Great bass to own though, and all the chips and everything that happen to it, eventually it will look like you've owned it for your entire life. So this was a brief overview of the Fender American Original 60s P-Bass. If you have any questions about this or any other bass gear, give us a call or feel free to leave a comment below.